If a 13-year-old boy is too young to pay child support, a 13-year-old girl is too young to give birth. By Nakedly Dressed. Let's talk about something that many people think about but rarely say out loud. If a 13-year-old boy is considered too young to pay child support, then why is a 13-year-old girl expected to carry a pregnancy and give birth? That question alone opens the door to a deeper conversation about fairness, maturity, and how society treats young people. This is a space for people who want the truth, not the version that's easy to hear. $2 per week gets you access to deeper essays, unfiltered reflections, and the parts one don't say out loud anywhere else. At 13, you are still figuring out school, friendships, emotions, and identity. You are not thinking about raising a child. Yet when situations like this happen, expectations suddenly shift. This article explores why that shift feels inconsistent and what it means for both boys and girls. Understanding the core argument. At the center of this discussion is one simple idea: consistency. If we believe a 13-year-old boy is too young to take financial responsibility, then it makes sense to question whether a 13-year-old girl is ready for the physical and emotional responsibility of childbirth. Think of it like asking a child to carry 2 heavy bags. If we agree one bag is too heavy, why pretend the other one is manageable? What it really means to be 13. Being 13 is a unique stage of life. You are no longer a small child, but you are far from being an adult. Most 13-year-olds are still in school full-time, dependent on parents or guardians, learning how to manage emotions and decisions. Expecting someone at this stage to handle life-altering responsibilities is a huge leap. Emotional and mental readiness. Raising a child requires patience, stability, and emotional strength. These qualities take time to develop. Imagine being asked to take care of a newborn while you are still learning how to manage your own stress and responsibilities. It is like being handed a complex puzzle without knowing what the final picture looks like. A 13-year-old simply does not have the emotional tools needed for parenting. Physical challenges for young girls. Pregnancy is not just a decision. It is a serious physical process that can be risky, especially for young bodies. Young girls face higher chances of complications, greater health risks during childbirth, long-term physical strain. So when society expects a 13-year-old girl to give birth, it is asking her to go through something even many adults find challenging. Financial responsibility for boys. Now consider the boy in the same situation. When a 13-year-old boy becomes a father, the common response is that he is too young to pay child support. And that is true. At that age he has no steady income, is still in school, depends on others for financial support. But this raises a critical question. If he is too young to provide financially, how is she old enough to handle pregnancy and motherhood? Society's double standards. This is where things start to feel uneven. Society often places different expectations on boys and girls. Girls are expected to be nurturing and responsible. Boys are often excused due to immaturity. But both are children. Holding them to different standards creates a gap in fairness. It is like playing a game where one player has stricter rules than the other. That does not feel right, does it? Laws and age limits. Laws are meant to protect young people, but they are not always perfectly aligned. At 13 you usually cannot work full-time, sign legal contracts, make major independent decisions. Yet when it comes to pregnancy, the situation becomes more complicated. Legal systems often struggle to balance rights, responsibilities, and ethical concerns. The power of education. Education plays a huge role in preventing situations like this. Good education helps young people understand relationships, learn about consent, make informed choices. When young people are informed, they are better prepared to avoid difficult situations. Raising a child while still a child. Think about what it really means for a 13-year-old to raise a baby. It involves constant care and attention, emotional stability, financial support. Now imagine balancing all of that while still attending school and growing up yourself. It is overwhelming. It is like trying to teach a class when you are still a student. Long-term effects. Teen parenthood can have lasting effects on life. Some of these include interrupted education, limited career opportunities, financial struggles. These challenges do not just affect the young parents, they also impact the child's future. Support systems matter. When situations like this happen, support becomes essential. Support can come from family members, FOS, community programs. While support can help, it does not remove the difficulty of the situation. It simply makes it more manageable. Focusing on prevention. Instead of only reacting after something happens, it is more effective to focus on prevention. This includes better education, open communication, access to helpful resources. Prevention is like setting up guardrails before someone reaches a dangerous edge. Shared responsibility. Responsibility should not fall on one person alone. Both individuals played a role, face consequences, need guidance. Moving away from blame and toward shared responsibility creates a more balanced approach. Building a fairer perspective. So what does fairness look like in this situation? It means recognizing that both a 13-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl are too young to handle the full weight of parenthood. It means offering support instead of judgment, creating systems that protect young people, ensuring expectations are consistent. Fairness is not about choosing sides. It is about applying the same logic to everyone. In the end, this conversation is about more than just one situation. It is about how we view young people and the expectations we place on them. If we truly believe that a 13-year-old boy is too young to take on financial responsibility, then we must also recognize that a 13-year-old girl is too young to face the physical and emotional demands of childbirth. Both are still children. Both deserve protection, guidance, and understanding. A fair society is one that treats them with equal care and consistency.